Molly May, will you come out to play? Your smile takes the edge off of the day, and you're a light that brightens.
This is Molly May, a Bod Pause Pod and other nice stuff with me, Molly May.
Yeah, hey there, Chibish. It's me. I'm Molly May. I physically do this thing when we start the pod, when Twyla counts me in, and I didn't think that it would transfer to when we started recording in our own homes, but I do. It's like I can't help it. My arms come up, and it's like this stigmata fucking crucifixion pose, and I literally can't start the pose without like my wings completely outstretched. I think it's a nervous thing. I don't know, but I want you to know that's how every episode starts. You can't, they slowly rise up as tall as like, okay, ready? Yeah. Anyway, today's episode is, it's come to my attention that people don't know that I know that I'm fat, or that I have a problem, or don't have a problem with the word fat. I used to. So that's today's episode. But starting, today's bit of joy is from, Instagram handle is Joy by Joe. I know it's too perfect. My joy is Joy by Joe. Joe sent me a message today and said, "Hi, I'm wearing a real outfit and some makeup today, and my bell is showing, and I love you for liberating me." And I screamed. I positively screamed. Joe, I'm proud of you. This is fucking joy. Our bodies are joyful. Our bells are joyful. Thank you for this moment, this fucking moment. Especially because, God, guys, getting dressed in this time is tricky. I used to say that I used to have the opinion of no one can have a good day wearing sweatpants. But we're deep into stay-at-home land now. And I want you to know that opinion has changed. It has been absolutely changed. So to get that message today that she got dressed to feel good and is honoring her body in that way is fucking awesome. Today's song of the week is Adore You by the fucking sweetest face in the whole world of Harry Styles. This sweet angel baby is having all the moments, and we owe the younger generation a thank you of being the first obsessors of this perfect specimen, as he was in One Direction. I remember my cousin had a Barbie doll of Niall, and that's how I know One Direction existed. And because of her, Anna, thank you, we get to enjoy Harry Styles now, because of their fandom as girls. Thank you. So let's talk about what I can't take off this week is my Fat Bitch t-shirt. It's made by Carissa and a King at the handle Fat Girl Flow. And this shirt is the perfect Fat Pride celebration t-shirt. I got it at Cake plus size resale in Minneapolis. And it feels so good to wear the shirt and own my body in this way and to celebrate it. I'll post it on my Insta, but it's just like, I am a fat bitch. That's fucking awesome. And it's just like, it's a white t-shirt with a red heart. It just says a big, bold fucking fat bitch in the middle. It's very good. And it's especially good paired with a high-waisted mustard pant if you're into that color story. But anyway, diving in, that I have something to declare. And like when Michael Scott is like, I declare bankruptcy. But I'm not declaring bankruptcy. I am declaring that I'm fat. I'm Molly May, and I'm fat. Simply put. And I've never felt the need to come out as fat before. I've called myself plus size or that I'm a big girl, but I've never blankly said I'm Molly May and I'm fat. And there's a lot to this. In this journey of self-love and body positivity and body confidence, I've been learning a lot about loving myself and falling in love with the feeling of falling in love with myself, if that makes sense. But I've never used the word fat. And I've never used the word fat because I'm so absolutely wholly ingrained with straight size mentality. And that's the societal norm, that thin is in and that thin is healthy and that fat is bad and fat is deadly. All of this entire body positivity, fat liberation movement that everyone is listening to right now is on. If you're listening to this, you are a part of this. I'm going to charge you with the ask to help, because I've learned a lot and I've rewired a lot of thinking about my body and being fat and what it means to be fat in a skinny world, and to speak up for myself. And I'm still learning and I'm still rewiring. But what I am here to do today, right here, right now, is to tell you that I'm fat and I'm happy and I'm not actively trying to change my fatness. That's going to be fucking shocking to people. I am not existing to change my body. I am fat and I am not changing. What sparked all of this in me and the need to say this in declaring my fatness and my acceptance of my fatness is a comment that I received on Instagram, just like one little quip that really fucking spoke volumes and opened my eyes to some bullshit. Because I've talked about it before, how I've created this sweet little bubble on Instagram that's so focused around celebrating fat fashion. And this little comment slid in there and just like shook me a little bit and kind of reminded me of the real world. So on this post, it's a photo of me in a swimsuit after being a fucking swimsuit model. Like, what? Okay, that's a story for another day. But I was fucking psyched. And as I do often is share the moment of joy, the moment that I'm feeling it. And I love sharing moments of joy. That's what this fucking podcast is. And I think it's my sole reason for existing, quite honestly. I'm pretty good at clowning around. And in this post, it was the first time on my Instagram page that I had called myself fat. And when I posted it, I read, I mean, it's still there. But the caption is, last night, me, a fat girl, was a swimsuit model. And I was just like, never in a million years would I ever think that I could ever string those words together in a cohesive sentence, but it happened and it was fucking incredible. And then I went on about it and what it felt like and how cool that was, and for a myriad of reasons. And And, fat girls are never fucking celebrated as swimsuit models. So I was going to give this moment to myself and to every other body that wears a swimsuit. Because we all remember how brave that is to wear a swimsuit. Go back and listen to that episode. There's a moment in season 1 where I talk about a woman called one of my friends brave for wearing a swimsuit. Anyway, the comments were lovely. And as they often do, there was one that cut me to the core, and a comment from a woman that simply read, "You, a pretty girl, ... And that comment said a lot. That comment undermined my authority over my body. That comment undermined my beauty in my body, and it undermined the beauty in any fat body. It wasn't just me. She was very clearly saying fat is not beautiful. And it was the first time that I called myself a fat girl on the internet, and I was shamed, and I wasn't ready for that feeling. So that's why I'm here right now telling this story. And the comment said a lot. It said that I can either be pretty or I can be fat, that I can't be both. And the comment says that I am pretty despite being fat, or that this woman thinks I'm pretty despite being fat. I deleted the comment, by the way, so don't try to be all fucking sneaky and go find that shit, because I don't care to live with that kind of bullshit under my bed. Maybe when I'm rich and famous, I'll have someone filter my shit to keep me happy and nice. But for today, for my own personal owning my shit and celebrating a cool ass accomplishment for fat girls everywhere, I wasn't going to let that exist. So I took it down. I wasn't going to let her tear me down, because there's a lot of fat bitch right here to try to tear down. I've spent a long fucking time building myself up for one out of touch comment to take effect on me. And I did let it take effect on me. And it was a little bit of me taking that power back and deleting it. So it's gone, but I'm not, and I'm here, and I'm fat. After this happened, I was on the beach with 2 very dear friends, who are also plus sized. And I asked them if they've ever felt the need to come out as fat, or if they've come out as fat, and if that's a thing. Just fucking looked at me and they're like, no. No. It was a no from 2 of my greatest inspirations in my relationship with my body, and a beacon of celebration, of love. And the conversation naturally changed subjects quickly, because as lovers and celebrants of our bodies, we don't sit and talk about our bodies. We talk about how Good American makes a great boyfriend jean and denim that fits us. We talk about our favorite meditation apps and which one makes our brain feel the best. We talk about fucking anything other than feeling shitty inside of our bodies, because we don't. We're fat and we're happy. I'm fat and I don't feel shitty. And I wanted to share that today because I am here right now in this microphone because I am fat. And I realize that will make a lot of people uncomfortable, that it does make a lot of people uncomfortable, but that's not my fat's fault. My body has nothing to do with your comfort level. Try squeezing into a booth at a restaurant that was basically made for a fucking squirrel. and there's no other seating option in a restaurant, and tell me about what's comfortable. Your fat friend on Insta, it's at YRFatFriend, is a brilliant anonymous essayist that talks about being fat. And she's shed so much light of the politics around my body and the policing and the secret shaming that I've done so much to try to get over. And they've given me definitions of things that I didn't have in my tool belt before. And I've learned that I don't need to get over anything. I've done a lot of the work for myself as a fat woman, and I continue to do it. It's the woman who said that I was pretty as a correction to my fatness that needs to get over it. And honestly, this happened at a time where I didn't necessarily have the language or the confidence in my voice to properly have this conversation with her. So I deleted it. And so I'm here now to tell you, like I did when I started this season, that I'll use my voice better than I have in the past, because I didn't stick up for myself in that moment. But I want to share an excerpt from one of your fat friend's essays, because she's more eloquent than I could ever be, and is a perfect punctuation to my declaration of fat. The essay goes, "Your discomfort with the word fat doesn't entitle you to correct fat people when we're describing our own bodies. Fat people, like anyone, need to be able to name and claim our own bodies using the language that's clearest and most affirming to us. You're not sparing my feelings when you correct me and tell me I'm fluffy, curvy, or big. You're insisting your comfort takes precedence. When you correct me for calling myself fat, it tells me that you associate my body type with something to be ashamed of or to be silenced. When you correct me for calling myself fat, it tells me that you're more comfortable with my body than I am. Uncomfortable. I can't read. Sorry. I don't think fat is a bad thing to call myself, because I don't think fat is a bad thing to be. I know your intentions are good, that you think you're sparing us, but you're projecting your assumptions onto fat people in the process. So please, please, please stop correcting how fat people describe ourselves. Allow us that much." End quote. I'm Molly May, and I'm fat.
And if you got this far in the pod, I'm impressed as fuck and really grateful to have you listening. If you want to know more information about me or the show, check out the show page on matriarchdm.com, where we host all of the What I Can't Take Off, our progressive Spotify playlist from the songs of the week, and obviously the reminder of who to follow for the week, all in a nice little fucking Matriarch digital media bow. Theme song is Molly May by Ben Karen. Like, I'll never get over saying that. It's so good, right? Thanks for listening. You're so cute.